Hi everybody, I'm Dawn Meifert. Thanks so much for joining me on Here's the Deal. So if you can answer the question, which federal program took in more money last year than it actually spent, you are way ahead of the crowd. As a matter of fact, this particular program added to its coffers and now has about $2.7 trillion in its surplus, and it's none other than Social Security. On top of all of that, Social Security last year in 2011 alone lifted more than 20 million Americans out of poverty. Now, this is in direct opposition to what we're hearing from the right these days in terms of the fiscal cliff. They're calling for cuts to Social Security, saying that Social Security is not sound, which nothing could be further from the truth. First off, Social Security is not a federal government program. It's a program that you and I pay for. We pay into the program. And as a matter of fact, the federal government has been borrowing from Social Security since the 1980s under Ronald Reagan, and therein lies the rub. If the federal government would pay back to Social Security everything that it owes today, Social Security would find itself to be fully funded for the next 66 years. So, since that's not going to happen, there are some changes that really need to happen kind of quickly. We need to return to the equal taxation. It wasn't equal, but at least it was a little more fair than what it is today. Equal taxation for the very rich that we saw under Bill Clinton. With the lowered income tax rate on the top 1%, the way it is right now, the bulk of payroll taxes to pay for Social Security falls to the working class, and we are getting clubbed with this responsibility. Another thing that we need to take a really serious look at is that right now, with the way that the federal government is borrowing from Social Security, Social Security will find itself out of funds within the next 75 years at an $8.6 trillion deficit. Now, I know $8.6 trillion sounds like a lot, but when you look at the bigger problem today is how we're spending on our national security. And at today's current levels, right now today with no change, we are at $63 trillion. Most of that money goes offshore. It doesn't stay here to benefit us. So look, here's the deal. Social Security is not the problem. The problem is defense spending and tax cuts for the very, very rich. Thanks so much. I'm Dawn Meifert, and this has been Here's the Deal.